Season 3 of Aggrestuko is the most exciting and most sickening season they have made yet. It is a great example of adult animation. Retsuko has a very relatable fender bender in the first episode, complete with many panic attacks, and then it becomes a journey of pop star fandom amazement. Yeah, she's the pop star in this scenario, and well, more like metal thrashing star in cute little outfits. It's crazy, but it is done so organically. It's just perfect. Now, the balance of it's a hard working sort of job. Okay, it involves lugging heavy equipment, not getting paid much, dealing with creepy creepos. Yeah, and just nerdy, sweaty weirdos. It does. Dealing with jealousies. Actually, they handle jealousy with the girl group very well and very maturely. So, yeah. The whole, stay reality with the chance taking, eccentric fun is done splendidly in this show. Oh, the season was wonderful. It was a lot different than season 2, while still being exactly what I like about the show. So, yeah, that was Retsuko's half, the becoming an idol thing. And then, yeah, the other half of this season was honestly about Haida. And Haida's issues with letting go. I really want to make this a spoiler-free review. I'm going to try my hardest, but please forgive me if it slips out on the way. Please forgive. Okay, so Haida is presented with a nice girl. She's a canine, no less. Why does that matter? I don't know, it shouldn't. I mean, I kind of wonder, if people are cool with different species in this world dating, how did they deal with the kids and all that? Is it like BoJack Horseman where, the kids' genetics either is just one or the other? Parents, like if a human marries a lion, is their kid either a human or a lion? Yeah. So yeah, is that a thing they talk about in the show? Because I haven't seen any cute little mutants running around, and honestly, I would love that. Yeah, it's something I just wonder with anthropomorphic shows. Zootopia's one. This is another. But anyway, back to Haida. Haida is presented with a nice girl, and he just can't bring himself out of his hopeless tie to Retsuko, and ugh, it's so sad to watch. Now, the girl presented is pretty obviously, just a cardboard stand-in for, Haida dealing with his, Retsuko problem, but she's done with a lot of dignity, so I can at least respect it, Yeah, the show's very good at giving people, especially women, dignity, even with their silly personalities. That's one good example in Retsuko's band. There's this bunny Monica. She seems like, the jealous mean girl, and, you're kind of rooting against her, but the more you get to know her, the more, she's just seen some stuff, and she's had to make her choices. And, she actually is mature enough to, admit when she's wrong and, encourage it. I really hope that she and Retsuko become friends. I really love all Retsuko's friends and how they do stuff behind Retsuko and talk about her. All good things, but it's kind of like her backup team. Haida is, the go-to dude of this backup team. Yeah, he happily goes to her friends, the gorilla and the birdie, individually and separate. They go on their missions together for Retsuko's sake, but wow. It's a lot, Haida. I honestly don't like how they presented you, dude. I thought it was just not great for your dignity. This whole love sickness thing that makes him do lots of, self-internal hatreds and all that because the girl doesn't respond well. Yeah, it was painful to watch. Retsuko and you went through all this at the end of season 1. It's okay if you're having time letting go, but it's like you don't even want to let go. You do, but you don't really. It's so hard to watch. It's painful to watch. Now I'll admit, I'm that loser that when I heard Midnight Sun was coming out in print, I hauled my old 30-year-old ass out and read it like I was a teenager again. I did that. And parts made me cringe, parts made me fangirl. I recommend it for Twilight fans. Am I a Twilight fan? Not ride or die, but catch me in a good mood, I will defend its good points. one of its bad points is you make Jacob Black such a sweet guy, and honestly, I think what happens to Jacob Black is the worst thing about Twilight. I think they like just tortured that kid for no good reason, and it feels like Haida is becoming the Jacob Black of this show. Yeah, he's that friend-zoned dude, but he's always there to help and all. It's painful. It's so painful. Ugh. Now, Twilight's way of ending Jacob's problem, I hated. Haida, well, yeah, during that big scene, like at the end of the season, I was so grateful for Haida, well, not lightly stalking, but always noticing, like, where Retsuko is. Like, that was an intense moment, and I was so grateful that, he was there. I really, really was. Like, my heart, oh my god. But, still, I just feels like, yeah, you already been told no, and you want to respect the girl's feelings and all that, but it's not even like everyone's encouraging him. The sad thing is, all of your like mutual friends agree that it's best to just give it up. It's hard to watch, even though, yes, Haida being there for Retsuko at that moment was very crucial, and I am very grateful. I don't know, it just seems cruel to do this to Haida. It just seems cruel. I don't ship them. I don't. I sincerely wish, if not this girl, being the answer to Haida's problem, I don't know, I don't know what I want for this. I really don't. I just don't think that Retsuko owes Haida feelings just because he gets jealous. She doesn't owe him feelings. I like when he's like a good pal to her and he sticks up for her sometimes, but yeah. It's just, it leaves a taste in my mouth that I don't love. But there's still so much else that was great about all this season. Ugh. One little thing, without being a spoiler, the very last karaoke scene at the end was pretty amazing and made me think second thoughts about, other stuff. It admittedly did, but that's more of just, the great epicness of the silliness and also wonderfulness of these characters. I love Gory. I love how, she's a muscle-bound gorilla, but she's also a silly romantic. And yeah, she's a woman in her 40s who is still working hard like she's in her 20s. I find Gory to be an absolute peach, a doll. I want to go drinking with her. Wasami is just so elegant and beautiful, and I kind of want Wasami to be my buddy too. I want Wasami advice. Is it weird that I kind of want to see what her apartment looks like and how she goes through her day? I do, I really do. Oh, I'm so happy that this season they finally meet Finako. So happy. Oh, it was great. And yeah, I want more Finako too. It's nice that they gave, half of this season to some other character besides Retsuko. But goodness gracious, I want a Finako arc. I really do. We get those with Gory and Wasami. They're small, but they exist a little bit more, and I appreciate that. Oh, God, there's so much the show does right. I really do like the writing in it. Like, in the very beginning, when Finako and Retsuko are talking about, how much they spent money on dumb video games, and they're like, even though I don't use it, I'm just such a fan, I'm gonna do it. And then, later, even though it's not really pointed out to them, it's just kind of a statement of fact. When the pop girls are selling their silly merchandise, it's like, yeah, fans will probably just buy the CD because of the nostalgia, the memento of it. Not because they actually have a CD player. And yeah, that is actually super annoyingly relatable. I know when I go places, ashamed to say the Disney store, when I see something I really love. But yeah, I try to put on my adult hat and I try to walk away from it. But if it's special, yeah, I'm gonna get it anyway. Even if I haven't found a use for it yet, I will get it anyway. So yeah, this show, because it's all Hello Kitty and adorable, I can see why some people would be turned off from it, but I think that's a beautiful and perfect blend of it, alright? I do want to see cute things in my day, I really do, but then I just fall in love with the show because it's written so, don't want to say totally realistically, but again, it's stale reality is just so relatable, it's amazing to me, it's just done so well. Some people would think that's slow, and maybe it is. I find it just a journey. I feel like I'm actually listening to a friend talk, or I kind of feel like I'm hearing myself out loud. It's kind of amazing. It's special. It's a special show. This is good adult animation. Other adult animated stuff, I don't know. I did watch like Close Enough, that show made by the same dude who made Regular Show, and I like it better than I liked Regular Show. I do. It's a little bit more on the dude side, but there are a lot of good points about Close Enough. It's more like a guilty pleasure, young parents who are, working and all of that, and they're trying to get through their boring life while also giving their kid a good life. Yeah, yeah. But in this show, better than the couple that it's about, their like best friends that they live with are really funny, okay? You got like who plays Detective Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? That dude, he always has that screaming dude role, but in this version he's a kind of like, a snooty professor type. And when he breaks down, it's still funny. Like that dude's breakdown voice is still so funny to me. Ugh. And they have like the chick from Orange is the New Black. She does a lot of voice acting, and I gotta give her credit. Like her speaking voice on Orange is the New Black is not special to me, but all of her animated roles are done really special. She has range. I thought that was really cool. And it was so easy, okay, here's the second girl. If the first one's the nice, like, hardworking mom, then this chick has to be the despicable, irresponsible one. And she kind of is irresponsible, but she's not despicable. No, no, she's just, that friend who doesn't have kids. So, yeah, she's having fun. But she's also smart and does have a great sense of humor and does judge people for good reasons. So, yeah, she's not really a finico, but a little on the line. Yes, so I think Close Enough is a good guilty pleasure show. It does the regular show thing, where it starts out normal, but then when it gets weird, the characters don't even question it. They just ride that weird mountain all the way down to the pool of talking dolphins. Yes. So, yeah, Close Enough, your guilty pleasure. You only have like 8 episodes, but I would happily see you again. Online, made by Comedy Central, there's LOAFY! Yay! I mean, on paper, this show has all kinds of elements I really love. It has a Saturday Night Live cast behind it, people who actually have voice acting work besides them. It's about a manatee, an animal I love to bits, and I'm happy to see, being in some show more or another. And yeah. Basically, he's a single manatee dad selling weed. And yeah, that is like a pretty relatable, kind of character. I feel like I know that character or a couple of those characters. So yeah, on paper it all sounds good, but it's not actually funny. The animation is cute, and again, I love that he's a manatee, and I love the voice acting behind him, and certain things said are funny. But I don't know, the way that it jokes about weed so much makes me feel like I'm watching kind of just a dumb college project. And they kind of do that awkward talking thing where, someone says something dumb, the only person's like, oh, you're yeah, that's not funny to me. That's not. I watch it anyway because, again, it's a manatee. They are like swimming potatoes. They cannot get cuter. Oh, darn you, anthropomorphism. Technically, it's not because humans visit the animals in the zoo, though they're aware they talk. Yeah, it's a funny line. It's a funny line. In Aggrestuko, there are no humans. In fact, they say funny little stuff like "am a zoo," and I think there's like a birdie coffee shop. It's cute. I'll take it. So, yeah. Adult animation, you don't have to be dirty. You don't have to be, too imitative of life, even though that's when you do your best. But yeah, do like Close Enough and Aggrestuko, and yeah, go crazy, but have characters that you can really root for. Writing what you know, I used to think was so boring because I thought my own boring life, like I was in my 20s and I did not think anything I was doing was special enough to write about. I still kind of don't, but people appreciate boring stuff once in a while. They do. So I appreciate you, Aggrestuko. I really, really do. I hope you have a 4th season. It would shock me, and I would be so ashamed of Netflix and just the world if you didn't. So yeah, I recommend it for fans. I recommend it for people who haven't seen it yet. You should see it, whether you are a kid or you are an adult. I think it warns kids the real boringness of growing up, and I think adults can just, feel those